Continuing with my Christmas theme, I'm going to make my Christmas cake. So right now I have 3/4 of a cup of butter here. I'm going to put them in here. Whoops. I hope it's softened enough, but I'm going to. I've already measured out all my ingredients. And last night in this bowl here, I have 1 cup of raisins, 3/4 of a cup of currants, and 1 cup of mixed peel with cherries in it. And I put 3 tablespoons of sherry, stirred that up and mixed it and left overnight. Butter is still a little firm. So far that's 3/4 of a cup of butter. I guess you could use margarine, whatever you prefer. My 2 eggs are room temperature. Okay, I think I've mixed that up. I have here 1 cup of packed dark brown sugar. I'm going to mix that in as much as I can. You could use beaters for this part if you prefer. Sometimes I find it's more trouble to get them out than to just do it with a spoon. I need a knife here. Okay. I'm going to continue mixing this and I'll be back with you in a moment. So now I have that mixture creamed up. I'm going to add the eggs one at a time. And the second one. Now it's time to add my spices. Well, first I have 2 tablespoons of molasses. Two tablespoons is equal to 1/8 of a cup. Very, very sticky stuff. That's pretty good. So I'll mix the molasses in. It's incorporating really well. To that, I have my spices. So first I have 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. I have 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. I'll mix that in next. Okay, let's see how that's coming along. Here I have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and I am just going to mix that in with my flour here. Oops. And I have my fruit here. I'm just going to add a little bit to the fruit. Mix that up. Lovely colors in there. Okay. Now I'm going to add the fruit to our creamed mixture right here. I'll give that a stir in. You can see some whole cherries in there, but that's okay. It's nice and dark. And I'll put the rest of the flour. So altogether that was 1 2/3 of a cup of flour. So it is 3/4 of a cup butter, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, dark brown sugar. It is 2 eggs at room temperature. It is 2 tablespoons of molasses, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves and ginger each. And then I have 1 2/3 cup flour with 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then my fruit mix was 1 cup of raisins, mixed raisins, 3/4 of a cup of currants, and 1 cup of mixed fruit containing glazed cherries. Or mixed peel, or not sure what exactly it's called. But our mixture is coming together here. I have to find a pan for it yet. Wasn't sure how much this one would make, so I think I'm just going to put it in a loaf pan. I'm going to cook it at about 250, 275 degrees for 2 to 3 hours actually. So, but we will notice the time. I will watch it closely. And I'm going to line my pan with greaseproof paper, greased brown paper. And let's get moving with that part. As you can see, I have greased and I've lined it with brown paper and greased the paper. I've used my longer loaf pan. I'm not sure how tall this will end up being, but it might cook a little faster using that one as well. So the oven is on. I've got it on right now at 300. I will turn it down to 275 after I pop it in. And I'll just keep my eye on it. If it gets too brown, I'll just cover the top with a bit of foil. So let's put this in the pan. Whoops. Oh, this is thick stuff. Very thick stuff. It's hard to get out of the bowl. So you want to press this quite firmly in the pan too. So it's all spread out in the pan and it's ready to go in the oven, and the oven is ready. Cake is cooked for 2.5 hours. I did cover it with foil after an hour, so let's see. Nope, that comes out clear. That's pretty good. So I am going to let that cool in the pan before I remove it. Well, the cake came out lovely. So I'm going to probably maybe cut this in thirds. I'm going to wrap it in, maybe brush with a little bit of sherry, wrap it in greaseproof, and then wrap it in foil to store. And then right before, the week before Christmas, I'll make my almond paste and put that on top of one of them. Maybe some ornamental frosting. Who knows? But I will certainly enjoy this.